Hi guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Before we get started with this video, if you love videos about the NBA and basketball, don't forget to subscribe and click on the bell button to stay in touch with all the wonderful and highly impacting videos we share on this channel. Now, if you are a lover of the game of basketball, then you would love the topic we're going to be discussing today, right now. One of the basketball trending superstars that's caught our attention is RJ Barrett. For those who know RJ, you'd be surprised to know some hidden facts about him. And for those of you who don't know who he is, RJ Barrett, he's the 6'7" swingman from Canada. He's a professional basketball player that plays for the New York Knicks of the National Basketball Association. His full name, Rowan Alexander Barrett Jr., and he comes from a long line of sports people. In today's video, we'll be looking at 10 things you never knew about RJ Barrett. And I promise you, these are facts that would shock you to your core and leave you feeling blown away. Without wasting any more time, let's quickly engage the grain elevator that'll be taking us through these facts. Number 1. He has athletic parents. RJ is the only child of Keisha and Rowan Barrett. He grew up with his parents in Mississauga, just outside of Toronto in Canada. His parents were both athletes. Keisha ran track while Rowan played basketball. Rowan played under Team Canada in the 2000 Sydney Olympics and was active from 1997 to 2008. He most likely got his genes from his parents, especially from his mom, who RJ once described as, quote, crazy competitive. Keisha is from Brooklyn, and in addition to being a sprinter, she was also a long jumper at St. John, where she met and fell in love with Rowan Sr. Number 2. The FIBA World Cup success. It might interest you to know that in 2017 at the FIBA World Cup of Under-19s, RJ Barrett was the instrument behind Team Canada's huge success story. That team went away with MVP honors. RJ went away with a getaway show in the semifinal win over the United States team. He ended the game with that 99-87 win, 13 rebounds and 38 points. Later, as a freshman at Duke, RJ Barrett made an unforgettable impression on the basketball court, averaging 7.6 rebounds, 4.3 assists per game, and an average of just over 22 points, including a 33-point effort in one contest. His consistent record-breaking scores earned him the USA Today Player of the Year award. Number 3. He's a close friend of an MVP. Steve Nash, a two-time NBA MVP who played alongside RJ's father, has only nice things to say about Junior. He describes Barrett as one who doesn't despise his beginning and has a great relationship with his family. Nash played with RJ's father as a part of the Canadian national team. The relationship between Nash and Rowan is said to have started during their Canadian U19 days, and they eventually played in the 2000 Sydney Olympics together. Nash is RJ's godfather and his trainer during his early days as a player. Number 4. The Puma multi-year sponsorship. Puma is an apparel and shoe maker and has signed a multi-year sponsorship with RJ Barrett. The great twist here to this deal is that Barrett was heavily sought after by the company. Remember, this is the same brand that Clyde Frazier also helped put on the forefront of its competitors way back in the 1970s. This only helps to make the partnership between the brand and RJ a mouth-watering one. Number 5. He left home at age 15. At that age of 15, RJ left the comfort of his home and shelter of his parents in Canada and headed for Orlando. He started playing for the Monteverde Academy in Orlando and was coached by Kevin Boyle. The club had superstars like Joel Embiid, Ben Simmons, and Kyrie Irving. Leaving home for Barrett meant leaving the city he was used to and the friends he grew up with for the Sunshine State where he practically knew no one. RJ confirmed in one of his interviews that staying away from his parents was very tough, but as the days turned into years, he became used to it and his parents are fine with his lifestyle. Number 6. He comes from Jamaican heritage. RJ's grandparents on both his mother and father's sides are Jamaican. His mother's sister, Tahila, once won a gold medal at the 1991 IAAF World Championships, where she ran the 100-meter relay team race for the Jamaicans. Funny enough, his maternal grandparents were also sprinters for the Jamaican national team. However, RJ traveled a lot due to his hoops games, which were professional. His childhood days were spent mostly in France, and the better part of his youth was spent abroad. He developed his love for basketball because of his dad. Nevertheless, the hoops he played way back as a kid helped him develop a huge interest in playing basketball. Number 7. Multilingual and Multitalented. Barrett attended a French school, but his mother never stopped teaching him the use of English. They finally relocated to Canada in 2008 when his father's career as a basketball player ended. Due to RJ's upbringing and his mother's English tutoring at home, RJ turned out very pleasing and a multilingual person. He can comfortably communicate in French and English languages, although he usually insists that his French is a bit rusty. RJ also engaged in many sports as a teenager. However, he decided on hoops early on as his major focus out of various other games while growing up. He played a lot of sports like his peers like Zion Williamson and also participated in a lot of professional hoops games. He was also a sprinter on the side and played football very well. He engaged fully in games like high jumping, 100-meter dash until he was 12 years old. He then decided to switch to basketball. At this age, he had a very rough time playing the game. At a point, after losing the games, his hopes were dashed, falling to the floor, but he decided to continue with basketball. Number 8. Exact Prep Phenom. While playing at Monteverde, RJ proved himself immediately as one of the greatest high school players of all time. He was believed to have graduated from his academics in less than 3 years. When he eventually left Monteverde, he ranked as the most sought-after player and was number 1 for ESPN and other various scouting outlets. This happened right after he was awarded the nation's top player award, a title that had been vacant since LeBron James in 2003. Fans of the New York Knicks may have been dismayed to learn their team fell to number 3 on lottery night. However, with RJ Barrett and his skills available, there was a massive assurance for a quick turnaround. The team was known to have finished off their season with the worst record, but hope sprang again when Barrett came into the picture. Number 9. He's still a young chap. As big as RJ was claimed to have looked in his freshman year at Duke, he had just recently turned 19, and that was in 2019. There is no doubt he had been destined for greatness in the field of basketball, and the fact that he's the only sophomore in high school that played for Monteverde for a long time. Number 10. His friend, Zion Williamson. RJ and Zion Williamson met during their freshman year at Duke and set a lot of NCAA history together. During their season together, RJ and Zion became inseparable, and their friendship continued to blossom even after their playing career in the NCAA was over. They even went as far as sharing a dorm room. They effortlessly brushed aside the media publicity on their public rumor about the Blue Devils. Their coach, Mike Krzyzewski, confirmed their friendship and even liked theirs to that of blood brothers. In recent times, there's been a lot of debate on who was the better player amongst their two, but certainly he may be the bigger award for any team needing to strive for greatness. Anyways, guys, that's it for me today. If there are other facts about RJ you think I may have missed in this video, be sure to comment down below and I'll include it in later videos. If you made it this far and enjoyed it, be sure to give it a like. If you love this video and like to see more like it, do not forget to subscribe and hit the bell. That'll do it for me today. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next video.